What's up, my Freedom Fam? It is I, your favorite libertarian, coming to you with another hand-talky optics video. Today we're going to be looking at the Primary Arms SLX line of optics. This one in particular is the ACSS Nova Reticle, and it's a 1-10. Very affordable. It does give you some interesting features, but it has a very minimalist reticle design. It's red dot bright, and I think it would do well in a couple different roles, but we're going to talk about the things I like and don't like about it in this video to help you just have enough information to determine if this is the right one for you, or if you maybe want to look at the GLX line, SLX line, different range of magnification, different reticles, etc. Now stay tuned to the channel, because after this optic video for the SLX, we're going to be comparing this optic and my GLX 2.5 power to 10 Griffin reticled optic that I've had for quite a while. That's also from Primary Arms. That one I purchased with my own money. This one was sent to us to check out from Primary Arms, so thank you to Primary Arms for that. And also along with that, they sent this SLX mount and also this foldy boy right here. So we're going to talk about all those things in this video, and again, hopefully help you determine if this makes sense for you or not. Whoa, hold on. We're not going to get right into the video just yet. There's a few things I need to tell you about first. One is that I take prayer requests. So if you have any of those, I love praying for you guys. Don't hesitate to put those in the comment section below. Besides me being able to pray for you, that will also allow everyone else in the Freedom family to pray for you as well. There is power in prayer. Ask me how I know. Okay, just one more exciting announcement and then we'll get started. I am now working with Southpaw Draw. So if you guys are so afflicted as a left-handed person or gifted as a left-handed person, you could probably find what you're looking for there. And don't worry, we haven't left the right-handed people out. You also can find all sorts of right-handed stuff and ambidextrous stuff there as well. So check it out, Southpaw Draw, simply by clicking on the link in the description below or the pinned comment. All right, with no further ado, let's get on to the actual video. And now it's time for everyone's favorite portion of the video, what's in the box. This is the portion of the video where I show you what's in the box. All right, so obviously you get the optic itself. If this doesn't come in the box, make sure you contact Primary Arms about that. You also get a microfiber cloth, because every single optic I've ever gotten has one of those. And then you get your warranty card, some information as far as where to contact them, their address, that sort of thing. And then you also get an Allen key and 2 user's manuals. Now, it's very common with the PA optics to get these 2 different ones. One is going to be for the actual optic itself, and the other one is going to be for the reticle. As a lot of these different reticles either have ranging options in the reticle itself, they have tick marks that are for your mill holdovers or whatever it is. It's going to give you all the information about your reticle right in here, which is really nice. And then things like turrets, adjustments, all that jazz, battery, that's all going to be in here for the optic manual. First focal plane versus second focal plane. The 1-10 Nova is second focal plane, meaning that as you zoom in and zoom out, your reticle stays the exact same size. So whether you like that or not, that is what you get with this particular version of the ACSS Nova 1-10. Magnification range. You guessed it, this one is 1-10, meaning you have a true 1 power that you can use with that really bright illuminated red dot as a red dot if you want, kind of, and all the way up to that 10 power and all the magnification in between. Objective lens size and field of view. The Nova SLX is rocking a 28mm objective lens. As far as the field of view goes, at the max magnification at 10 power, it is a 10-foot field of view. You have a lot more field of view at that 1 power, and that field of view is 110 feet, which is pretty wild. PLX versus GLX versus SLX. Now this SLX 1-10 ACSS Nova is part of the SLX line. Shocker. What does that mean though? Well, there's 3 different tiers for the lines that Primary Arms has their optics in. The first of which is the SLX, then there's the GLX, then there is the PLX, which stands for silver, gold, and platinum. This is part of the SLX line, which is the most affordable of all the lines. The other lines are going to have slightly better glass, slightly better features, but they are also going to cost more. So if you're looking for a budget option that still does a lot and is still really good, the SLX is great for that, because I think this optic comes in around 400, which is pretty insane, that you have a 1:10, red dot bright. The downsides, or I guess the things that you're not getting at the SLX price, is going to be the turrets that have the 0 stops, that have all the information on the outside. These are cap turrets. You're also not getting your off positions for your illumination, so you can't just have it on the off position and then turn it right to the brightness you want. You have to go all the way from 0 to the brightness setting you want. You're also not getting that auto live battery feature like you do in the GLX line and above. That is something that you can add for, I think, under 50 bucks, but it's not included at this low price, just so you guys know. As far as the reticle is concerned, this one I would say is a less busy, more simplified. And I say that because you have the dot in the center. There's no chevron, there's no horseshoe, there's not a bunch of ranging stuff that is potentially getting in the way of what you're trying to look at, which is nice, but it does still have some things that will give you some information as opposed to just being a set of crosshairs and a dot. Now, while this is a simple reticle, you can still glean quite a bit of information from it. For instance, you can range targets still. So while the other one probably has a lot more ways of ranging targets, this still gives you some. And the main way that it gives you that information is based on the width of the target, being an 18-inch wide human being and being about 5'10". So if you look here on the right side of your screen, you can see there is the 1 mil marking for 300 yards. The second mil is going to be 400 yards. The third mil will be 500 yards, and the 4th mil, meaning the width of that 4th mil for someone that is 5'10", is going to put that ranged out to 600 yards. And I think that's a really good grouping of distances based on the platform that this is on, which is a 5.56 gun, and the fact that this is only going out to 10 power. So for positively identifying your target, you're probably not going to want to shoot much further out than that with a 10 power magnification on your scope. Furthermore, you also have the ability to do wind holds and movement holds. So as you can see, there is a 3 mile an hour wind, 6 mile an hour wind, and 9 mile an hour wind hold. Or if someone is walking, jogging, or sprinting, really trying to get away, then you have the ability to do those holds so that your round is going to hit where they're going to be, not necessarily where they are. I should note that all of this is going to be based on you being at that max magnification of 10 power with a 5.56 gun at 100 yards. There is also specific information for 308 if you're into that sort of thing. Blinded by the light. Brightness is where this really pulls away. This is actually a bright and could even be bloomy and really fill up this whole ring with red if you put it on that max magnification in the darkness. And in the daytime, it is definitely daylight bright. So that fiber optic technology is really working to give you maximum brightness and really make this as bright as a red dot. Did I mention that this also goes up to brightness setting 11? Eye relief. The eye relief is better on this as well, 3.2 to 3.5. I'm guessing that variation is 1 power and max magnification for those two numbers, but I can have my face all the way back here and I can see that full ring, and then even at 10 power, just by scooching a little bit further, or a little bit closer I should say, to the scope, I can still see all of that field of view, which is pretty wild. Two rats? Tourette's. Oh, turrets. For the SLX optic, you are missing a few things because of that budget price, and a lot of those have to do with this turret area right here. First of which is going to be you are not going to get any parallax adjustment. You just have the brightness settings on this side. Pro is that it's not as humongous. Con is that you're missing a few things. The other thing that you're missing on this particular turret is your ability to switch to the off position in between each one of the brightness settings. So you can't set it at the brightness setting you want and then just go from off to that. Also, there's no auto live technology in the SLX line. It's not included. You can purchase it separately. And again, the auto live thing is where you have that additional thing in there. It shuts off after 2 minutes of inactivity, which would pair really well with this because you have no in-between settings. You'd set it at, let's say, setting 8. After 2 minutes, it would shut off, and then you pick it up and it's at the setting you want. That would be perfect for this, especially since it's a red dot centric 1 power. You can purchase it separately, but again, you'd have to get it separately. On the other side and on the top, these are going to be your other turrets, and these turrets are going to be for your windage and elevation. These do not have any type of zero stop in them, and they are capped. So you're not going to have that quick adjustment on the fly if you are wanting to dial. This is a better optic if you are wanting to set your zero and then just do the holdover stuff. As far as the windage and elevation goes, you're also a little bit limited in your adjustments there. It's 40 MOA adjustment for both your windage and elevation. You're also going to be a little bit limited on the fine tuning that you can do with your zero, because this is going to give you a 0.2 MRAD adjustment or a half MOA adjustment for your click value. I'll also try to give you a little bit of ASMR with this one too. Wait! This is a much smaller overall package, so snag hazard wise, you don't have those humongous turrets, and you also don't have that big objective lens over here. That's making this not only aesthetically a lot smaller and more compact, but also weight wise, it is trimming down that weight. So this is actually coming in lighter at 19.1 ounces, which is pretty cool. Ease of magnification. For ease of magnification, this obviously is going to be a lot easier than that little nub on the GLX, but this is an aftermarket accessory. This is the UML. It just goes into a little channel, and there's 2 little screws that go in to lock it down, and it also folds. So if you want it out of the way, it can go out of the way too. But that is not what comes with the SLX optic. The SLX optic has a little nub that is kind of a long straight piece that sticks out a little bit, but not too much would be in the way. And if you do want to swap it out, it just slides out the same way that this one slides in. As you can see, like so. Whoop-a. Range time. If I'm just bench rest shooting at 100 yards, full magnification, second focal plane isn't really a big deal. 1 power, 10 power, I'm good with it, especially with that daylight bright red dot and the ability to have it fold into multiple rolls, CQB, a little bit longer range shooting, positively identifying at further distances. It's all great for that. Where I really liked it, especially for bench rest shooting, was that really clear, concise, finite aiming point, which was that crosshair or that dot. And without having all the other ranging stuff in the way, it was really easy to see all of my target and get my hits. So what are my initial thoughts on this optic? I really like that it's red dot bright. I think that's a huge win for primary arms. Now they just need to get it to do things that other red dots can do to really compete and make this just an unthinkable option not to go with. One is going to be that they need the auto live technology built into this, because unless they can increase the battery life on a low power variable optic, they're not going to be able to make this work in a red dot centric scenario. What I mean by that is the battery life on this is not amazing unless you have the auto live technology where it's turning off every 2 minutes of inactivity, and then when you pick it back up, it starts working again. The other thing they don't have for this is zeros or offsettings in between the brightness levels, so you can't really quickly turn on that red dot, so to speak, of brightness without going through every single one of these until you get to your desired setting for illumination. So that is a big thing I think they need to change. Just have auto live included on this. Yeah, you can charge the extra $50 for it, that's fine, but out of the box, this should be ready to work as a red dot or as something as close to red dot as you can get with the LPVO. Yeah, I said that right. That was the right acronym. Also, I really wish this had parallax adjustment, because if you're shooting at 10 power or 1 power, you're good. But if you're shooting at anything in between, it can get a little hazy, and then all you can really adjust to help with that is your eye relief back here, and that's not necessarily going to do it. So parallax adjustment, would be nice, but again, you're adding a lot more to this area with the auto live and then the parallax adjustment. The knob's gonna be out here, which is kind of how it is on the GLX. If you remember watching my previous video on another primary arms optic, which would be up here or up here on the GLX, 2.5 to 10 power ACSS Griffin option from those guys. So yeah, pros and cons. But if you want something that is going to reach out to 10 power for positively identifying things, have the ability to have some holdovers and some ranging and have red dot brightness, I think this makes a lot of sense, especially if you are in a specific budget that you want to stick to. Well, that's going to do it for me and the Nova Reticle 1 to 10 power SLX from Primary Arms. Thanks again to Primary Arms for sending this over along with some goodies. And as always, thanks for watching, stay free, and God bless.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.